Hello, everyone, and welcome to Meta One Designs headquarters here on Decentraland. Um, it it's so good to see you all today. I've been just enjoying all your outfits. I'm very happy to see you all here today. I kind of botched my intro just now, but but trust me, I promise you that I am here. Um, Yep, so we're here for another episode of Beyond the NFT. My name is Sinful, and I am very thankful to see you all here this week. A few shout outs in the crowd. I see Kanessa, I see Brittany, Scat, Chloe out there. I see Toxic Waifu in her swing in the background. We have Shelly Van in the house, DCL Chess on the rise, Bitfiend in the building. We got Derek flying as always. This dude hasn't touched ground in like, I don't know, 5 metaverse years. Welcome, Dab King Tech. Really happy to see you here tonight. Yeah, I've missed you, bud. Thank you for popping in. And I thought I saw Flare Enigma somewhere around here. There she is. Welcome, Flare. Hello, Toria. Zam, if you're here, welcome. I saw Toria, so I'm thinking Zam will be here soon. And yeah, before we get started, I'd like to thank Meta One Designs as well as Meta Tribe Plaza for allowing us to host our Beyond the NFT episodes here at the Meta Tribe Plaza. It is such an amazing build. I always enjoy showing my guests like what the family has built here. Thank you. And now a word from our sponsor, Bucktown MMA.
What's up, Bucktown fam? This is Coach Pete, and today I'm really excited to walk you through how easy it is to support our mission. So simple that you can make a difference right here on our website. So first, what I want you to do is go to bucktown.org. On the top, I want you to click the donate button. This button's gonna take you directly to our donation page where you can choose how you would like to contribute to our social cause. You can select a specific amount or even a custom one that you're comfortable with. Every bit helps to help these kids become empowered, as well as help build a strong community. Now consider becoming a recurring donor by selecting the monthly donation option. It's a great way to offer continuous support throughout the year, and you can stop that recurring payment anytime. So from here, all you have to do is fill out all the payment information and you are all set. After completing your donation, check your email because you're gonna get a confirmation as a thank you for your generosity. Thanks to your support, we can continue to grow, reach more communities, and help change lives. So please take a second to join us because we are stronger together. And if you feel someone else may be interested in supporting Bucktown, please feel free to share this with anyone you want on any social media platform, emails, or even in person. My name's Coach Pete. Thank you so much from Bucktown. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Bucktown MMA. And once again, that is bucktown.org/donate. You can donate directly or pick up some merch through there. Uh, and now, it is a great pleasure to introduce AI geek and founder, or my apologies, co-founder of Pixel Palette Nation. Welcome back to Beyond the NFT, LongShot. How are you?
Doing good, Sinful. Thanks for having me back, man. Always appreciate the metaverse crowd. Always appreciate the Decentraland community builders or community Decentraland builder. I always mess up the order there, but yeah, man, happy to be back on the stage with you guys.
Happy you're here. Happy you're here. It's been about 8 months since we've last had you on the show. And you last time you had come on with Graymark. How has Graymark been?
Yeah, so Gray's doing good. He just started a brand new career, so he stepped away for the next few months as he kind of gets his business going over there. But yeah, he's doing real well. You know, family, kid, or just family. But yeah, life. But yeah, man, 8 months. God, that's crazy to hear. It definitely does not feel like that long.
Yeah, right. It feels like I mean, 8 months. Shit. Okay, so that would be like November maybe, or October of 2023, since you were last on. Man, time does fly. Holy
So,
crap. It's been since last year. Um, So I guess
no,
since it's been quite a while, I guess it would be good to kind of just pass the mic over to you, like I did last time, and like allow you to give yourself a proper introduction. I'm sure, like for anyone that's just meeting you, AI geek is a little far off, but his words, not mine. I saw them on his Twitter. So I'll just pass the mic over
uh,
to you, let you give your introduction, or brief intro about you.
perfect, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm LongShot. My real name is Justin. I've been in the crypto. Started off as
Oh,
a chat moderator.
y- your mic is sounding like you're far.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm walking away or walking around my house with my headphones on. Is that a little better?
Yes, yes, a lot better.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm Longshot. My real name's Justin. I've been in the crypto space since about 2019. Started off as a chat moderator for random shit coins on like in Binance. And just kind of worked my way through, right? Brought in one of my best friends from growing up. We've known each other for about 15 years. And started off moderators, worked our way up, marketing, community management, and then finally the entire time really talking about doing our own project. And then the end of 2022 came around and we just decided why not. We made a Discord server. We ventured into the solo artist space and we kind of saw a need for community, a need for discoverability, and a need for education. So we decided, why not try and fill that gap? And then Pixel Palette Nation was born. So we started just nothing really. Nobody, nobody knew who we were, and opened up spaces. I'm sure if you go back far enough on the Roker Twitter account, you can find some recorded spaces where I'm just talking to myself with nobody in. But yeah, we've grown the community to about 700 artists. We have multiple community collections that people can mint into for exposure. We focus on collaboration through these collections as well as solo individual showcases. We also curate fine art collections and try to focus on discoverability in that way. And then as well as host Twitter Spaces. I think we do about two a week right now. Artist interviews to a talk show that we do called Prime Time. But yeah, that's a quick little intro about what we do.
That's amazing. And okay, yeah, the brief history you covered for PPN, and my secondary question to that was going to be what could you share with us some of PPN's missions, or what is PPN's mission?
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission is really to provide the correct tools and resources for artists of any degree in this space, whether they be established and have been here for a few years, all the way to somebody who's joining the ranks of Twitter like yesterday or something. But a place that they can come in and network with other people, not have to rely on the algorithms of social media and things like that. That's what the community hub is for. But yeah, I would say provide these tools and resources to give people a thriving environment to really flourish in.
Mm. And okay, so you had mentioned it started off as a small Discord group, and to this point, how big has it grown to? Because it's expanded beyond just a Discord group. If it like I know you have a channel on Warpcast, you have like a Twitter channel as well, and yeah, as well as Discord. Do you have like any rough number to how many artists have joined the ranks this far?
I honestly, I usually tend to base things off of the Discord follower or the Discord member count, just because it seems to be I want to say at least the most consistent, as in, Twitter can delete 50 people overnight if it wants to. So, in the Discord, we have about just under 700 international artists. But as you said, it's kind of fractured into different areas. We have group chats consisting of different collections and shill chats and things like that that have also hundreds of artists in them across the ethos. So honestly, it's yeah, it's kind of all over the place now. We're on all major social media accounts. Shout out 4448 Digital Art, who's down there in the audience, who runs the Instagram. And yeah, trying to build up the YouTube as much as possible. We have about 150 plus hours of content, space recordings that I'm trying to go through it as professionally as I possibly can with not much video editing experience. But yeah, just trying to build up everything.
Okay, so like I mean edit my own videos and I edit and uh do by any chance do you come by any walls when it comes to like video editing when like in terms of just like even opening up the file? Do you also have like a hard time editing when you hear your own voice being played?
Dude, I used to tell this to Gray all the time. I hated having to go back and like listen to the space to hear what it was about because I was gonna hear myself talk. It's like, I don't know, it gives me like that weird weird feeling.
Yep. I mean, 100%. That is why like my Beyond the NFT like videos they get uploaded to a playlist on YouTube as soon as I end stream, and I have not touched any of them.
That's smart. I mean, automation, make it easier.
Yep. I have not edited any of them. But I mean, it would be cool because like now I'm kind of getting deeper into editing and like cuz I got into After Effects, so now I could like do all these like little text titles that will just pop up on the side of something whenever, I'm displaying, or let's say I'm shouting someone out, their like Twitter could pop up from under. Uh yeah, I'm starting to learn to do stuff like that, so maybe it'll make me brave a little bit.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. We should put on a class and learn together. Honestly, I would love that.
Yeah, I mean, usually, for me because I'm also learning as well. I just basically throw on YouTube video and then I'm like doing going through my video, and then as soon as I come to something that I don't know what to do, I'll like come over and then type like how to do this, and then like come back to my project. The YouTube University is has done
Exactly.
big things. I watched a video. It was like a 20-minute video about like an editor's process of like editing, a professional editor's process. And 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 the first comment on the bottom, like in the first comment you see is, "Thanks, you just explained 2 semesters worth of video editing courses in 15 minutes."
Yeah, no, the reach on YouTube is amazing. YouTube and Chat GPT are my go-tos these days.
Yeah.
I don't even I don't even think I've opened Google in quite a while.
ChatGPT for the win. So going back to PPN, I would like to talk about. I know this was a question I asked you guys last time about like any notable artists within the community, and I'd like to re-ask that question because like 8 months is a long time, and I'm sure there have been some amazing new talents to come into the space. So I'm putting you on the spot here. Off the top of your head, do you could you tell me about any dope artists?
Yeah, man, absolutely. If you scroll up on that page that you're currently on right now,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll see Spotlight Art right there. Push that drop down menu. Any one of those categories would show you a fantastic. I think which one are you going
I,
to
I went to
here?
June. Or wait,
Okay,
this
so
is
this is
May.
this past month. Okay, yeah. So I think that is June. I think I might have messed up and not changed that title on there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe
Yep,
perhaps
that's
perhaps.
exactly that's exactly what happened. Okay, but the June artist, so Chaz Gold, he's a pretty notable person in the space. He
Yes.
actually just had a drop with Super Chief, I think they're called L1 bots. And if anyone in here knows Super Chief, right, it's a fine art dedicated establishment. And then also on that page we have, oh, I always mess her name up. Alfie O'Dwyer. She's the artist right there in the middle. She is the founder of the Floofy collection, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken. It looks similar to about that style right there that you're seeing on the piece. Um,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And then the last person that was on that page was Jen Papatino. If anybody knows of Pong and Jen, their husband and wife in the space, she has done multiple curations. And if anybody was at NFT NYC this past year, the Loom Studio event that happened on, I think either the second to last night, Jen was actually one of the main curators for that event. She does very like a dream core style almost, I want to say like hypnotic almost work. I truly, all three of those artists that are up on that page that should say June are absolutely fantastic, to tell you the truth. And if I'm not mistaken, all three of them have just recently added to our Spotlight Artist collection on Tezos as well.
wow. I'm enjoying June's work here. Let's see. I did open Alfie's. Let's
See, oh man, it's you're putting me on the spot with it. So I asked Alfie to send me her links about 3 times.
I
She
got
never
it.
sent me the links. Okay, perfect.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh man, I am such a fan of this type of like art style.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure a lot of those are her floofies, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, those elongated eyes that, yeah, those couple that are right there in the middle. Very interesting I like that she kind of mixed in the PFP collection, that you normally see, but she also did it in her own way, right? And doesn't really, as far as I know, doesn't really have a marketing team or anything besides her really pushing this. And to my knowledge, this collection sold out over, I want to say over 100 pieces minimum. But yeah, dude, very, very cool. We had her up maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, or maybe a little less, for artist appreciation space, and she really got into her background and her process and the things that she does to create some of these pieces. I'm sure we have the link in Discord if anybody is interested.
Wow, so talented. And yes, I definitely need to get the. Let me get a link to your Discord here so I could share with all our friends. Um, got it. And yeah, anyone that would like to join the PPN Discord, I'm dropping the link in all chats. I believe I believe it went to all chats maybe.
Dude, so on the dance floor, are the panels that are floating up, are they replacing other dance floor pieces? Is that where those panels that are floating are coming from?
They're well, they're popping up. I guess in a way they get duplicated. They like start going up and then there's a new one on the bottom. But
Oh, that's so cool.
so then it'll go all the way up and then it'll come back down and kind of right right here we're about to see one mix back. And
Love it.
you can also get on them as well.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
You can
God, I need to get into the metaverse so much more.
Yeah, I mean, we're always hosting events here on Decentraland, and yeah, even Hyperfi. Like we have Rustan that hosts events on Hyperfi, and yeah, we're always looking to party. I think it's like a very good way for artists to kind of engage with other people within Web3 in kind of a in an organic way, opposed to like let's say a Twitter space, you go into the Twitter space, now you have to speak at the Twitter space, and it's like, all right, who are you? Why are you here?
Hmm.
Like here,
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I honestly, I think it would be incredible to host some sort of event here, right? Like we have literally hundreds and hundreds of pieces of artwork from just a, mix between the collections. Let me ask you this though, because most of our community is, well, I don't want to say but a decent portion of the community likes to mint strictly on Tezos, right? Or we do just have a lot of Tezos artwork. I'm assuming that you can bring in JPEGs and things like that, but could you bring in an actual asset from an outside of Ethereum blockchain into something like this?
Okay, so I know that there's the method of like you see like the images in the back, like behind my avatar. Like
Mhm.
you could bring in the image and link it to the Tezos, you know, excuse me,
Yeah,
destination.
just like hyperlinked.
Yep.
Yeah,
J- Uh,
interesting, interesting. Very cool. Yeah, dude, we would absolutely love to host an event with you guys. It would be fan.
yeah, so like what would be the thoughts on like what kind of event would you like to host if you came to Decentraland? Would it be like an art gallery, like a art showcase in a way?
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm so glad you asked because we do have community collections that we would love to showcase. We have the curated collections as well. We're working on one right now that's entitled Crypto Lore.
Hmm.
And the whole idea behind this collection is we're mixing influential stories and headlines that have happened pretty much since the inception of Bitcoin, all the
Okay.
way to, say, Runes launching in 2024. So, me and Gray March, we went out and we found about 25 pretty big headlines, everything like Mount Gox hack in 2011 to Dogecoin launch, crypto.com buying the Staples Center, like things like that. And paired those news stories with artists. And we're asking them to read the story and use the story as their inspiration for the piece. So for season one, we're going to be launching on base. And as set right now, there's supposed to be 13 artists doing 13 pieces. There's a post on the PPN account if anybody's interested in looking at the actual stories and kind of the curation process behind the collection. But the plan is to launch it July 15th. And as of now, we have one event set up in on Cyber. I think it's on 20th for a gallery show. But outside of just the gallery shows, Sinful, I got to tell you this, and this is kind of like some secret sauce that I really haven't dropped. So we're working right now on 3D immersive experiences. So it's like, when somebody mints an NFT or mints a piece of artwork, an ordinal, whatever it is, the normal process is to share a link and a picture of it, right? And that's about as deep as that experience gets for the viewer or the collector, whoever's actually looking at that work. But the old models are starting to change, and we're trying to be in the forefront of that by using some of this immersive technology. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, we have our Black Sheep collection on Tezos, which is a full female drop. It's based on that theme, the Black Sheep, created with Invisible Chicks as our partner on it. But the idea is we can take those 2D images that are in that collection and put them in a 3D environment that is actually in the form of, say, a black sheep or just a sheep in general.
Hmm.
And then the person going to that website would actually have to go and scroll around that black sheep. So I really wonder if there would be some sort of way to do a cross collaboration right there with like a metaverse experience that's already in a 3D environment
Hmm.
and like, say, a landing page.
Hmm. I mean, definitely that is possible. That is possible. I'm thinking like, um, for example, like I'm thinking back to last year's community building Decentraland birthday party. We had a birthday cake where we had set up like a emote dispenser for. So what the user needed to do is go up to the birthday cake and kind of clap, use the clap emote around it and make it. And as they clapped, the cake got bigger and bigger and bigger until it exploded. and then gave you,
Interesting.
and yeah, then it gave you the emote. But I'm wondering if anything like that could be like kind of altered into, kind of like you.
So
Go ahead.
my thought kind of my thought process on it was, have you ever played Elder Rings before?
Yeah,
Or Elder Scrolls, I'm sorry.
I've raged.
Um,
Yes.
okay, okay. So there is, I can't remember the exact part, but there is a certain area of that game where you have to enter a painting
Hmm.
to pretty much, to pretty much complete whatever task. I think that would be something incredibly cool. Like have an interactive painting on the wall that people could almost step into, and then it would be like stepping into that person's artwork and then exploring it on a whole new level.
Hmm. Okay, so with that, like the Decentraland example that I can give is like Art Week this year, I believe, or this past Art Week. They had like these cubes on display, and for like each individual featured artist, and you could jump into the cube, and it took you into their creation.
Gallery.
So with that, like what
Oh,
I'm envisioning is maybe it's like a cube, or it could be any shaped really. But what the surface could do is kind of show like, say it's like a nature painting. Like it could be the nature painting. You walk into it, and then like that's what you see, and you're in it. You're in the painting. Wonder if that could be like something
dude,
that.
I mean that right there is that experience in itself, I think, is something that is needed in this space, right? Because people get tired of the usual 2D images, or even if it's a 3D asset, you can just scroll around. I think it would be interesting to add that extra layer of depth.
Mm,
And that's something we're really trying to focus on. We're having a build-a-thon actually that we're going to be hosting on Twitter, where we're going to be pretty much launching these features live, and doing it directly in front of the viewers, so they can kind of see how the process works. We like the open source stuff. We really do.
mm-hmm. And when it's you mentioned the build-a-thon, for what specifically will you be building, or kind of trying to get built?
The building, it'll be the immersive
Oh,
experiences, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so we're working with an artist right now. His name is Doc T. I think if you go to the website, he's on the February Spotlight Artist page, if I'm not mistaken. But his overall arcing theme is like he does very
Yep.
texturized. Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah, it's all of his work is absolutely fantastic. I'm very excited to get this thing started with him, because what he's really doing, I don't know if anybody in here is familiar with Join, the NFT slash open call platform, but they launched this feature that's pretty much like a storyboard feature where you're able to go in and really explain the narrative and explain what you're trying to get across with whatever piece that, or whatever pieces are in that collection.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past few months, that team has cut down massively on the size of the operation, as well as pulled back. As we've seen kind of across the board. But a lot of artists that I've spoken to about that are kind of, they're kind of upset, because it's like they put all this work into it, and now there's just like not really too much activity going on. And so we were like, well, if we can come in and do something with those stories that people have put hours and hours of time into, it could be worth their while, right? So very excited to get this started with Doc T, and we're honestly hoping to open up these immersive gallery or immersive landing pages,
Mm-hmm.
to the community as time goes on. But we're really going to have to, figure out a sustainable way to do that.
Yep, definitely. Before we started this conversation here tonight, we were kind of talking about checking out different metaverse platforms, and I was kind of mentioning like make sure to have that PPN has a footprint on every platform. That way you can have like at least max visibility in a way, and it comes back to like even like some platforms are easier to build on than others. For example, like something like Hyperfi. You can have like just your assets. You can have your assets ready. Like let's say you already build a house on Blender, you could plop that house into Hyperfy, and then like within Hyperfy, there's like different features that you can add to it, like kind of like either like a voice chat radius or something like that, like how far you can hear a song, different like functions. But and then like the other examples like Decentraland, if you want like something custom, it's like you're gonna either have to hit the books, hit the documentation, and a lot of trial and error, or collaborate with a creator within the Decentraland community that knows how to get it done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. See, when we had first started the community, or a little after, I want to say, probably like January, February of 23, so just a few months after the Discord, we were at the time spotlighting about 5 artists a week. One for each day of the week. We were putting them on the website and we were making posts about them on a daily basis. And I think we got to the point where we had about I want to say probably about 30 or 40 artists spotlighted. And right around that time, I had discovered Spatial, right? And so we went in, we made a free Spatial account and got the artist work up on the wall. But, after really kind of taking a step back and looking at that, we didn't promote it as heavily as we should have, just because it was, a very basic sort of package. I truly would like to expand and be able to make our imprint on some of these other metaverses, which is why we're really reaching out to people who have those established galleries right now.
Hmm.
Linked by Art is one of the communities that we're looking to partner with. We have the show with them on the 20th for crypto lore.
Hmm.
But as well as because it is a lot of work, right?
Hmm.
And outside of running the community, I also work a full-time job. That's truly what keeps the community afloat. So it's hard to really find the time in the day to be able to manage those types of operations. But I will say, Eve, after that first show that we did a few weeks ago back in On Cyber, we had a few because we had 5 artists that were showcased from PPN in that show. And directly preceding that, a few people hopped in the Discord and were like, "Wow, that was incredible! Like, is it free to set one of those up?" So I know there's people interested in setting up their own gallery. So I've been thinking about, reaching out to the community a little bit and being like,
Hmm.
"Hey, who wants to jump in and build something?"
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the community is big enough where you could even just have like set up some sort of like build-a-thon for just that, like metaverse focused build-a-thon. Who wants to build for Decentraland, or who wants to make something for our Hyperfy spot or on Cyber? Definitely like is a great way to promote and highlight artists within your community, because a lot of these individuals, like it's so cool that when once you get to the digital art side of things, you start you start inviting the 3D artist, yeah, into the mix. And these 3D artists, uh tools like Blender and stuff like that, or Maya. They could definitely build on these platforms. So it could be something for them
Oh,
to get into.
absolutely. Absolutely, and I completely agree with you. We love being able to reach out into the community. Like one good example, the logo actually for the Discord was made by a few community members. Shout out to Frisky Foxtrot and Pakistino. Pac is actually our graphics and branding guy, but at the time he was not. But yeah, dude, no, I completely agree. I think being able to reach out and get them more involved is something that we've really truly been trying to focus on more. We recently paired or partnered with the company Pools, if anybody is familiar with them. They're like social token for on-chain engagement. So pretty much the way that works is if you hold any assets from any of our community collections that's open palette to pixel bytes, byte blends, spotlight artist, elegance and chaos, black sheep, New York night. Pretty much any of the collections that we have available, you actually receive pixel token on a weekly basis.
Oh,
And
nice.
right now it's more or less just a placeholder, as there's no liquidity pool attached to it and it's non-transferable. But it's a way that we're able to engage with the community more on chain, if that makes sense. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
can do monthly airdrops and things like that. And we're actually looking at opening up a way for community members to mint and sell artwork with the pixel token. So just another way to bring exposure to our members at no expense to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at back at the February spotlight, and I see a Southern Fried here.
Oh yes, yeah.
So
Southern Fried is
talented.
great.
So talented. Yeah, she's great. She's great. So yeah, so that is that how you kind of got that token started through pools. Um, what would you rate the difficulty level of, kickstarting a token, and is it on the base network?
It's so it's a Polygon token. It's
Okay.
ERC20. And honestly, the experience with pools was fantastic. To tell you the truth, they reached out to us probably 3 or 4 months ago, and honestly, we faded it for a little bit until
Mm-hmm.
one of our teammates, outrageous cat, actually opened up his own token. And it's only because I'm very skeptical
Yeah.
about just random DMs from people. I unless I've like talked to you on a space, you know. Um, so after we had seen Cat had done it and it worked successfully, we're like, well, let's start a conversation with these people and just see how
Nice.
it goes, really. And it was, I mean, incredibly simple. You know, we filled out a quick application where we put our wallet address, a public wallet address in,
Mm-hmm.
which they were then able to go use to find our contracts, and then attach the rewards to them. And then otherwise, the creator dashboard is pretty simplistic and nice. But the thing that I truly like the most about it is the fact that they're pretty much always around
Mm-hmm.
if I have questions or anything.
That's always good to have. That my primary server provider here, like for being able to stream to Decentraland. The only reason, like the number one reason why I keep him around is because anytime I message him for with any problem, he answers that call, like every
Oh, it's
time.
important. Oh,
It's,
it's very
there have been many times where people DM me and they're like, I can do it for cheaper. I can get you this. I can get you that. I'm like, I mean, my guy answers his calls, so like I can hit him up at 3 a.m. Be like, this shit's not working. He'll be like, 1 second.
yeah, no, that's indispensable right there.
So the reason why I was asking if it was on base and stuff is because like I've been trying to figure out how to get a Mew token that I have already created. It was created by my good friend Art. He made it for me and sent me like a lot of the the token of it. But it's on Polygon, so I was kind of skeptical on whether if it would work on like a platform such as Warpcast to be able to like tip people with it.
I see. And you're talking about the token that you were sent, or the token that you're looking to start.
The token's already started. Let's say.
Oh, okay. Well, with pools at least, there's an option in the creator dashboard for, I think it's called apps. It's like integrated apps, and you're able to just kind of attach a daily allocation to a specific FID number, or just username.
Hmm.
It's rather simple. You know, I'm not sure exactly how the technicals work on the
Yeah.
back end, but I do know no matter what daily allocation you give someone, it will never hit their personal wallet. That is just attached directly to their FID, right? So when we first started, we because we have an ambassador program on Warpcast where we have members of the community either that have been there for a while or that we found through Warpcast who we gave daily allocations anywhere from, I think the lowest 25,000 all the way up to two or 300,000, something like that.
Hmm.
Um, and you know we had a lot of people reach out and be like, hey, I don't pixel token in my wallet, and I had to explain it about 10 to 15 times. Like, yeah, it's just on the FID, it's not in the wallet. So we're running actually a ambassador airdrop right now. The one thing I will say is for the airdrops you can only do up to 10 million tokens at a time, and I think 5,000 wallet addresses. Now you
Okay.
can do that airdrop 30 times throughout a month, throughout a 30, 31, or 32-day month, whatever, well, or sorry, 30 or 31-day month. Um, but 10 million out of a total supply of 10 billion, it takes a little while to get that distribution out there.
Yep. Okay, okay. So it is through the I wonder if, like, I could go to pools with an already created token and integrate it in with their platform, because it seems like with pools, that's what allows you to allocate tips to FIDs.
So I'm not sure. My friend Joe from Underground, we tried to get him in contact with the pools team to do similar things with his token. I think it's called Ground or Grind, GRND. And they accepted the application, we got him onboarded, but as far as I know, they didn't let him integrate because because of the way the smart contract was written for his token. I'm not sure it was able to integrate with theirs. I think the contract was immutable. So I think it might depend on the way that your contract is set up. But to be totally honest with you, man, I'm not a very technical technical based person. I
Hmm.
could get you in contact with them though if you would like.
Yeah, definitely, probably something I would like to ask them. Maybe they can do it. Maybe like, it's just a matter of like putting in the contract in on their end, and from there
Yeah,
we get the
yeah.
results. Okay,
I
yeah,
mean,
I'll
it won't
definitely.
hurt to ask.
Because like then the other route would be like from friends such as like Odd Job down in the listeners, he recently created a token on base for his channel on Warpcast, called WAC, Wayward Art
Oh, I've seen
Collective.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it.
hmm so yeah, that's my friend Oddjob. I've been trying to connect you two, so make friends. Uh,
Well,
and
what's up, Oddjob? Happy to have you with us.
he was our guest here last week, actually, and I did talk about PPN. Saying that I wanted to introduce you two, or yeah, introduce you two to each other. So here you both are. Send DMs and messages to each other, make friends, and also welcome Claire. So nice to see you, Julianne and old guy. Welcome, welcome. Uh,
Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate you.
but yeah, he Oddjob had figured out a way to create a token, like for on base, and be able to distribute it through through tipping. And he was saying that it was super easy as well, super easy and super quick. But then the only thing that's stopping me is like, could I integrate both my Polygon Mew token and that base Mew token together into create it into one?
Huh. Yeah, I wonder because if you were able to get the CVS of the holders, I'm sure you could do just like an airdrop,
Mm.
right? Depending on cost and overhead to actually get that get that out, depending on how many wallets there are. But I'm sure if you could get the data for it, yeah, I don't see why not, right? Especially if you were bringing it into one contract.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look into it a little deeper. Perhaps it can be done. Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, bro,
I,
absolutely. I'll get you in
I,
contact.
I would not like to rug friends such as SRJH out there that currently hold 6.9 million Mew token,
Yeah, yeah, that'd be nice, right?
or my production manager, which got paid 6.9 million Mew. He gets paid in Mew.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good boss.
Not yet.
Not yet, but when that Mew token hits a
Yeah,
billion-dollar valuation,
no, I love it. I love it.
uh, so um, So I wanted to ask you kind of I noticed that like um I've noticed that PPN has kind of like taken a pivot from like Web 2 social media applications and more focusing towards like the Web 3, such as Warpcast. I see that you are very active on Warpcast, and kind of it seems like the PPN community is growing very rapidly in there as well. Um, could you talk to us about like any of the benefits that have come through, like from making that decision, or if it was even a decision being made, if it just happened? Oh, look, it's Josh. He just popped in. Josh with a 6.9 million meal token.
What's up, Josh? Okay, so specifically on Warpcast, so we found Warpcast, I want to say, oh, I don't know, maybe like May or so of this year, so a little earlier on as Degen hype was really, through the roof. And people receiving large tipping allocation. It was probably like season two when we hopped on there. And loved it, right? Loved the platform right away. Loved the ability for artists to be able to go on and have their work mintable directly on the timeline, right? It frees up friction. It caters to that shorter attention span that we're seeing in everyone these days. So honestly, when we first found it, right, it was a very interesting platform. There were a lot of big names over there, big influencers that you see, in the space today. That were making posts on a regular, right? I saw Vitalik from Ethereum on there constantly, right? I'm pretty sure Vitalik still posts on a very regular basis as well. So at the time when we first found it, we looked at it as a fantastic opportunity to make connections that there would be no possible way to make, say, on Twitter. One example of this is we wrote, I want to say it's probably about our fourth or fifth newsletter, and it was focused around Jack Butcher, right? We did kind of a history and background around him and his time in Fortune 200, Fortune 300 companies before coming into Web3. And Jack actually saw it, right, and recast the post, sent some warps over for it, and we had a very short conversation with him on the comments, right, and it's something that definitely would not have happened on Twitter, but as time has gone on, and we've kind of seen degen hype kind of wear away, and we've seen some of those larger names kind of leave the platform. I think it's been interesting because there's been all these other tokens pop up that have similar to, you know, similar functionality to the degen token. Some that even have different ones. I'm sure you guys have seen the floaties with ham and things like that on social, Web 2 platforms. So I still look at it as a fantastic platform for artists to be able to, showcase their work in a new kind of quicker, more tailored way to their community. But at the same time, I look at Warpcast as almost like an echo chamber, if that makes sense. Like it's got a very, very rough onboarding process for anybody new coming in. There's, a wallet seed phrase that's attached. It's not just like an email. So I see difficulties with them going forward as for mass onboarding and getting people. I know that they just finished up a pretty massive seed round, a funding round. So I am interested to see what they do going forward. And I know that, that team is is working rather hard on that product. So the reason that we do focus on it as heavily as we do right now is because of the distribution method through our token, right? We would truly love to be able to add a liquidity pool to that one day and just kind of drop value into people's wallets who have been showing up for the past year and a half,
Mm.
right? So that's kind of like our main focus, at least of Warpcast right now. We have I want to say probably about 30 or so people that have tipping allocations that are going around. We told them just do whatever you want with it. Tip whoever you would like. Just help us promote the channel every once or twice a week.
Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I believe I am. I was allocated an allowance of 1,000
Yes,
PX.
sir.
So if anyone wants my PX, show me your art.
By the way, I think I moved that up to 25,000. So you're rolling in it now.
I'm rolling in it. Let's go. Let's go. So anyone out there that wants my PX token, I'm a whale. I'm a whale allowance giver. Just roll in through my posts, drop comments, and I guess yeah, going back to kind of your thoughts on like the onboarding process of Warpcast. That is kind of true. The it is a little harder to get onto Warpcast. It's also harder to make onboarding like content about it because it's like you got to do it through your phone and then you got to sign up through your phone and then link it to your computer. Um,
Mhm.
and so I know that like I've had friends trying to like try to log off their Warpcast account on their phone and try to like start fresh and kind of struggling on that end as well. So
Mhm.
so yeah,
See, I
there. Go ahead.
I like the tech, right? I truly like the tech, but here's the thing. At least in my opinion, and nobody hate me for saying this, but sometimes being first isn't the best, right? Because now that the frames idea is out there, there's going to be people replicating it. We're already seeing this, right? We're seeing this on Lens Protocol. We're seeing this on Stash, which is another collector-based thing. We're seeing this on a platform called DHS, or it might be DNS, something like that. That's more like Tezos focus based. So, yeah, I think now that that idea is out there, I think it'll morph, right? I think other things will pop up, and this is kind of where I get a bit nervous with how I see this space with the decentralized social media aspects coming into play. I see a bit of fractionalization happening because it's like everybody's kind of at the helm or the grip of the algorithms, like no matter what platform you're on. And the major platforms for exposure are obviously the majors, right? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, like those. But you're playing in at those algorithms, right? So you have to be very creative with your content, and there has to be a very precise schedule. Now, when you look at some of these Web3 decentralized platforms, a lot of them run off of purely, um, oh wow, the word is slipping my mind right now, but the way that the timing that the post actually gets sent out. Um, that's gonna bug me, but so once you push that button, it goes in a chronological order, right? So
Okay.
that's the way those algorithms are really playing out right now. And I've talked to a few friends of mine that have a bit of savvy in web development, front end and back end, and have talked about the difficulties once that platform reaches, say, 1 million daily active users. Right, once there's 1 million people on there posting 1 to 5 to however many posts a day. I think for the average Twitter user, it's about 3 posts a day. Once there's that many people on there, the actual the actual numbers of your post getting seen is almost comparable to winning the lottery.
Oh crap.
So there's definitely a lot of hurdles outside of just the onboarding that I see. But as I said, man, it's some incredible tech, and I do see them continuing to grow. I just I see them only continuing. I personally do not think it's big enough at this point for that platform to flourish, say, as we've seen something like Twitter. It's almost like Dan and the Farcaster team are doing what Ice Cube is doing at the moment, right? Like trying to build a new NBA.
Yep, yep. That is exactly what they're doing here. Build a new NBA within Web3 or build a new
Yeah,
social
yeah,
media within Web3. Man, we should get Ice Cube on
exactly.
Web3. Hold up. Hold up. Let's build a new NBA that can be funded through NFT technology, bro.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny you said that. So in New York, we were at the Crypt Gallery, um, on the photo walk that was hosted by Bantha Fodder, if I'm not mistaken. That's his Twitter name. But when we went to the Crypt Gallery, Ice Cube actually had a section on the wall of NFTs that he owned in the back, and I was shocked. I was like, dude, this man is everywhere.
Just like Snoop Dogg.
Just like Snoop.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, if you are like someone that is always looking forward for what's next, like especially like a person such as Ice Cube, like yeah, I could see them having NFTs. You can also see the wave of celebrities coming in now. I heard 50 Cent rugged his token about a
Dude.
couple nights ago.
What?
uh,
Who was it? It was 50 Cent, Jason Derulo, like all these guys coming in recently. I've seen so many good 50 Cent memes.
Jason Derulo actually like there was like he came to Decentraland like 2 years ago. I would say 2022, 2021, one of those 2 years he was coming to Decentraland. At first his team was like all like ready to go, like let's get the community involved. They had me on a call and everything. I didn't sign any NDA, so I can talk about this. uh, but yeah, they were all pumped. Let's get the community involved, let's make this big. And then all of a sudden it's like they after the call happened, it was like just like, all right, we're gonna do our own thing. And then they just like made a build, and then I don't know. Nothing.
Did he put on a concert? Is that what he did?
I think he may have put on like some music videos or stuff like that. It wasn't like any like specific concert for Decentraland or yeah, special to Decentraland. I think it was like
Yeah,
more of a
yeah.
promotion thing.
So historically, at least in my time in this space, right, since about 2019, historically when celebrities start launching things, that's about top signals, right? That's you're reaching, but it's strange because we're in like this weird environment where I personally I think the ETH NFT is going to be passed this week, if not next week. Um, and if not, that I truly eventually it'll be passed, and we'll see some massive inflows. So I don't think we're near that top, but it's weird to see the dynamic that's in the space right now. Like all these celebrities coming in because it's like dude, I don't know. It's a wild market
Have
this season.
you seen the Iggy drama, right?
I mean, which part of the drama are we talking about here?
Like it was like a call that she had gotten into with like one of her agents, and like I guess someone that they were trying to get like marketing uh work done from like here in the space. I guess he's like very known. I could pull it up, but whatever.
Mhm.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll show you on the back end. But
Yeah,
it was like a
yeah.
Discord call leak of like the guy being like, "Oh yeah, the NFT people, they're really stupid. All you gotta do is like put on some cat ears and dance around, and they'll be throwing money at you, and you could take that money." And so,
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic. Yeah,
yeah.
no, and that seems just about right. I
It,
don't know if you watched her interview with Thread Guy or not, but man,
oh God, was it Thread Guy? All right, now I'm curious. I have it in my handy dandy bookmarks, I think. Maybe.
yeah, Iggy is a polarizing figure in this space. You know,
I like her
it's
rapping.
dude, I've never even heard it. I've never even listened to it.
Would you like to listen to some Iggy? Oh God. Okay, that would be something to send you on the back end as well. But here's that post that I was talking about. Oh yeah, she also was talking about how they were gonna get Soulja Boy to come in into this as well. We already know he's rugged a
Um,
few times.
oh yeah, oh yeah, yes sir.
And yeah, to anyone that wants to check out the post and listen to it, it was a post from my lady alchemist.
Of course, it was a milady though.
uh,
Dude, I think the ladies are gonna flip apes and punks here in the next couple of months.
I have heard talks about that actually. Like, I think it was yesterday. I was listening to like just a report, a Web3 report, and that was something that they said that there's a possibility that Miladies will flip Bored Apes. There's already another project that recently flipped Bored Apes.
Yeah, Pudgies, if I'm not mistaken.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's like that in a way I see that as the space correcting itself because like Bored Apes, like why was all that money put in? Like one like like you they didn't provide you with assets. I'm about to sound like a huge Kid Called Beast fanboy, which I am. They, they don't provide you with your assets. It's like okay, the big pull is like what the networking possibilities within that space.
Mhm.
Everyone's rich, but like is it really a possibility when the space is not producing any money? So it's like if you collab with any of them, they're just gonna be losing money, and then they won't want to do it anymore. So I don't know.
I agree with you. I no, no, no. I agree with you 100%. I think this is a massive correction, and I think I truly there's a post if I looked hard enough for it on the LongShot profile that says I truly hope to never see another $1 million monkey again, and I do feel that way. But at the same time, I understood the counterculture behind it, like NFTs being this new thing, monkey pictures, that are millions of dollars. It's like a funny thing, right? So I understand, but we're in a different environment. We're not in the Bored Ape Yacht Club days. When you look at what Yuga has done with Punks, because for those who don't know, Punks is a Yuga asset, right? They
Hmm.
they own the Punks collection. All they had to do was nothing, man. All they had to do was just sit, just literally don't touch their computers, and then they did that. I don't even know what to call it, like that flat person board thing where it's like the punk holders had to go buy these pieces, and it's yeah, man. I don't know. We saw I think one of the lowest punk sales that we had ever seen. What was it last week or earlier last week, and I think it was under 25 ETH, which is crazy, shocking.
It's still not affordable, but shocking.
I mean, it's still priced out, but when you look at some of the sales that happened last cycle, right? 2020, we were seeing literally 400, 500 ETH sales on some of those punks, and then when you got into like zombie ranges, alien ranges, you're talking thousands.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see how the space kind of moves forward. Once again, I'd personally like to see the beast get some love, within like I guess the pump side of things because
Oh, absolutely, man.
that's a community that provides their assets. They provide a lot of things for their holders. Like to tell you the truth, like I've been holding a my beast for maybe like 10 months now or so, and I've only gotten stuff from them. I haven't put more money in, and
Yeah, yeah, no,
and in all
same,
honesty,
bro.
like that network has been like so open, so friendly, willing to learn, and wanting to build. Like off rip, when I got into the community, I was messaging some of their musicians and trying to get them on shows and stuff like that, and they were pumped about it and wanting to do it.
Yeah, dude, no, absolutely. I love the beast. I'm a proud beast holder. He is in my my banner on Twitter. Um, but yeah, dude, I know Raf's working on a lot of interesting stuff in the background as he teases to on the timeline all the time. So I'm interested in the game. Actually, one of my personal artworks is, as far as I know, because Raf put out like this open call type situation a few months ago, where he was asking for artwork to display in Beastside, the video game they're building, and I submitted a piece, and right,
Yeah,
very good.
that
But
last
but
sip got
submitted
me.
a piece, and he reached out with a Google application. So I submitted my artwork for it. So I'm really hoping once they launch that, I can run through and see one of my personal pieces put up in B-side.
Ooh, that would be dope. I wonder, did I ever sign up for that? I think I missed it. Oh well. They're just always doing so much. Yeah, I thought I saw like a sword, like Raph tease at a sword recently, and I was like, I need this asset. I need it now. Give it to me. Send now. Send to this address.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dude, I'm very excited to what's interesting to me is I have this like and I have it because it's 2019 we had I think it was maybe three maximum that had NFTs, right? We had Polygon, we had ETH, and I maybe just those two, honestly. But this cycle, right? I think there's about nine or more, right? There's Blast, there's Blur, there's Ordinals, there's Base, there's Polygon, there's Binance, there's Crow, there's all these different areas that have these images, right? And there's so many different opportunities. Like I think just with the Ordinals chain alone, Bitcoin layer one, I think it's gonna get very interesting. And it's weird to kind of see that like paradigm shift from like the digital identity to pretty much meme coins and like degenerate plays. But I don't know. We could just be very early still in this cycle, and as we've seen historically, like with some of these other pumps, we see the majors run up first, and then we'll see it kind of spread out between the rest of the ecosystem. So I'm excited for the next like 6 months to a year.
Yeah, usually that's how it happens. Like in most recent moments, like this month of June, like it's kind of been rough. Like I've been seeing like as far as like tokens go, like you see the 5% pump and then you see the 5% dump, 5% pump, 5% dump. Like it wants to break, but someone is not letting it break.
Sideways summer, baby.
Yeah, it's looking like a sideways summer for all of us here, but but I don't know. I'm almost getting the same feeling I was getting last bull run. Like for a while there, we were going sideways, like with Ethereum. Like Ethereum hit $2,000, and then it was like kind of like just sideways, like up 300, down 300, up 300, down 500, up 500, down 500, until like I don't know. It was like it was somewhere around like the meta announcement. It was like just a bunch of catalysts that hit at once, like just news, like Amazon opening like job opportunities for like to for like crypto, as well as like the meta announcement and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm probably missing at the moment. I can't even remember, but yeah, like it all just happened at once. I wonder if the reason why we're not seeing like such a pump this time around is because everything is not happening at once, or it hasn't even happened yet.
I mean, there's that option too, right? Who knows, man? Who knows? The geopolitical scape of everything could change everything, heartbeat,
Hmm.
or it could send it all to the moon. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Whoever says they have that crystal ball and is telling you they know, I suggest walking away from that person.
Yeah, I mean, last time I could tell you for sure, there weren't this many wars happening in the world, so I know
Yeah,
that hurts my crypto a lot.
yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
we we want peace for crypto stability. Wow, we should start a movement, a peace movement, a worldwide peace movement, peace for crypto.
there you go. Send me the address. I'll donate.
Okay, bet. So, moving forward with Pixel Palette Nation, is there anything that we should keep an eye out for?
Yeah, man, absolutely. The crypto lore drop, as I've mentioned a few times, that is honestly like my brain baby, right? We we used to do news spaces on a weekly basis where we would cover the most relevant slash hard hitting things that had happened that week in the Web3 space. So we're within the PPN community, at least anyway, kind of known for being able to promote those like news slash educational experiences. So we're kind of trying to like wrap in the branding of this collection as well. So very, very excited for that. We'll be hosting a few spaces outside of our own, with some of our friends and partners in the space, as well as the gallery show, and then otherwise the build-a-thon, which will be happening sometime preceding the launch. So sometime after July 15th. We're still kind of getting everything together for it, so we'll be able to launch that immersive tech right there live for people to really check out and experience, with Doc's work, and see if they would like to get more involved. Outside of the two very like more, I would say more or less like short term goals that we have, we are planning on doing a membership eventually. And one of the ways you're going to be able to get that membership token is actually by spending PX token, which is our pixel token. So if
Ooh.
you hold assets, yeah, so if you hold assets from the community, you're earning those on a weekly basis. You're also supporting artists that are international and trying to get in this space. Currently, we don't have any primary, I'd say primary PPN assets such as a membership token or anything like that. We really, we bring all of our revenue in from selling our artwork from our members who have minted with us. So if you do decide to go pick up a piece tonight from this interview or whatever, just know you're supporting an artist.
That's awesome. If anyone would ever like to contribute to PPN, what is the best way for them to do so?
Absolutely. We have a donation button directly on the website. We also have all of our main community wallet addresses there for people if they want to donate. And just on a side note, we've actually just registered as a 501(c)(3) nonprofit here in the state of Colorado. And we are very open to sponsorships and partnerships and things like that. So if anybody's interested in getting on a conversation, getting on a call, I'm always very open to hop in. As mentioned, I do work a full-time job outside the community, so my schedule can be a bit hectic, but I will find time to talk.
Nice. I'm completely obsessed with this with this thing you have here on the website.
Oh, dude! So I used ChatGPT to create that, and that idea came from the initial idea of the immersive galleries because I was like, how can I get people to stay on the website longer? So
Um,
I
this.
created that thing, and then yeah, dude, after I created it, I said because I was sick when I did it. I was off from work and I was just kind of in bed, not feeling the best. So I sat there and I played with it for probably like 4 to 6 hours after initial creation.
I love it. I love it. I like, yeah, this is definitely a way to keep someone like me engaged in your website for longer. Just the shiny colors, the moving colors, the moving pixels. Like, and I found the other one. I think it was under, maybe under Spotlight somewhere.
Of events,
Oh,
they're
it was a
kind of
bit.
scattered
Yep.
about. We also have it, yeah, that one was interesting. I would truly love to figure out how to mint some of these things as NFTs that are, people can interact with, but that is proving to be a bit more difficult, for someone with zero coding experience whatsoever.
Okay, yeah, cause like I feel like I have seen them before. The like kind of
Oh,
like interactive
absolutely.
NFTs that like you scroll your mouse through and it could like the particles could be wait going around, kind of acting as like a not a magnet but like a repellent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen some of it. We had an artist, probably I haven't seen him around in a little while, but about 6 or 7 months ago, we had an artist from PPN that sent me a piece, and it was actually like if you remember those scratch and sniff
yeah,
um stickers from back in the day. It's
yeah.
kind of like that, obviously without the sniffing portion, but you would scratch the screen and it would change colors depending on where you were touching the picture. So I definitely know it's possible. I just like, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the technicals.
Yeah, I'm like thinking it's because I've seen like virtual scratch offs. I wonder if it's like just one of those but more scaled and then just I guess has a different image under. Hmm.
Maybe I'm not sure. I know I have to use Rweave or Filecoin IFPS or IPFS or whatever it is. I have to use one of those, data storage platforms for it. I'm just, man, there's so much other stuff. I haven't focused on personal art and since like New York, probably since about April of this year.
Uh, oh yeah, you New York. Did you end up going to NFT New York?
Oh, absolutely, man. We hosted a small community event that took place in the Oculus Center, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Wherever the main thing was. I can't remember the name of the building. But yeah, dude, it was honestly incredible. A great experience because we had just actually wrapped up at ETH Denver a few months prior to New York. Um, and yeah, made a bunch of great connections out there, and I brought up a few people on stages with us recently. There'll be more coming in the future, from connections that we made. Honestly, I would highly recommend New York to anybody who hasn't gone, especially if you're an artist and you're looking for that exposure. The in real life connections can be, almost like indispensable compared to some of the connections that I've made in the, virtually.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, that is true. It's a whole nother way to market yourself and network as well. Like because
Oh, absolutely.
everyone's different. Some people connect with others better once they have seen them in person and gotten that person to person connection, opposed to others. So so
Absolutely. Yeah. I
mhm.
think it puts a face to the name as well, right? Instead of just being like a username that someone sees, they've met you. You're a real person at that point.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, they've been around you. They've seen your demeanor. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, what's up,
Yeah, man. And
Tyen?
for
Welcome. Sorry, I just saw someone popped in.
no worries, no worries. I just wanted to say shout out to the team, Flamine, PJ, and Outrageous who were there to help me kind of facilitate that event that we had. So I want to say I hadn't done any person or public speaking since probably high school, when was like forced to take a public speaking class. So easily 12 to 13 years prior to that that experience, and I had everything typed out on my phone. I had a speech typed out, and knowingly I was going to give my phone to one of my teammates to do a live stream of the event. So I did that and then got up on stage to give this speech without my speech in hand, and it was interesting. It was an interesting experience, but yeah, man, it went really well. Shout out to honestly the whole community because we were actually voted in to do that event that took place. I think it was on Friday, one of the last days of the event. But yeah, we got the community voted us in it, and I was honestly shocked because we were up against some big communities. So it was a really really cool experience, and I'm very very excited for next year because we're actually going to be hosting or sponsoring
Okay.
a photo walk. Yeah, so if anybody's there, come out for the photo walk.
You're already planning for next year. When is the New York? Usually in April's, I believe. Is it in April?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
beginning of April.
beginning. Okay, so yeah, you're already planning even 10 months ahead of time.
Oh, dude, absolutely. It never stops around here. You know how Web3 is.
Yep, yep. Never stops, never stops. Okay, so we've been going for about like hour 15, hour 20. Mm. What do you think, long shot? Time to wrap up, or do you have any other questions that you would actually like to like pose, even for the community or for
Yeah,
myself
yeah,
to
no.
go ahead?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Honestly, if you do have just a bit of time, I would like to ask, what you guys really look for, when you're looking for people to partner with to do events and galleries.
Mm, I mean, I'm easy. I just look for dope people. I just look for good people. People that I could vibe with. There's like no, there's not many funds going around in the space. So like, it's there has to be like a good medium. Like
Yeah,
if it's like
absolutely.
If it's like free work, then it's like, the collaboration needs to come to kind of like a sweet middle in a way, or for me personally, it not be that much work that I could just like do it really like seamlessly. If it takes
Yeah, no,
processing
can
power, I'm usually like, ah.
yeah, no, I completely understand. Um, yeah, dude, no, we would love to be able to host the show in here and kind of bring that cross collaboration to the communities, as well as honestly get you up on our stage more.
Hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, ever since Gray left, we've kind of dialed back a little bit on the prime times, just because it's tough, man, being able to do everything, right? I used to have a right hand man next to me all the time, helping in the background with all the stuff, as I was kind of like the face of it.
Hmm.
But he, now that he's gone, I'm trying to adapt to it. So once we kind of we're back in our bearings. I don't want to say that, but once I'm more just, I guess, being the solo host up there, we would love to absolutely get you up on like a prime time or something again, and honestly bring up some members of the community so they can talk about their experiences
Hmm.
through Decentraland and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. There's definitely even just people here that I'm seeing that would be awesome to pop into prime time, like Yolantis Art. She's a pretty cool artist. I have had her on the show before. Flair and Enigma. She has been hanging out on Decentraland with us a little more often recently, and just found out that she's an artist as well. So, there's definitely people that would definitely like to like pop in and talk about their art, talk about their experience in Web3, and learn from all of us as well, because each individual's it seems like the space moves so fast that each individual is always learning.
Oh, absolutely, dude. And besides even just the prime times, we host artist appreciation spaces, usually at Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we love getting, anybody we can up there that has experience either in or outside of the digital space, because we truly believe the tribal knowledge, right? Pushing around some of that shared knowledge can significantly help out somebody else who's really trying to find their
Hmm.
path or find their journey in this space. Because as everybody knows who's in this room right now, when you first started, it was not the easiest learning curve to adapt to.
Not at all. And oh yeah, and someone definitely for that I would recommend connecting is oh, whoa, what happened to everyone? Everyone just disappeared. Oh, there they are. Rustan. He's over there to my left or to my right from this angle. He's dancing in his beast head. He is actually one of the more successful artists within the space like around here. He's definitely like always willing to like share his wealth of knowledge with anyone that asks. And he is honestly like one of the first artists that I saw kind of become like cross chain. Become a cross chain artist opposed to just being like an Ethereum maxi or a Polygon maxi. Like get your artwork everywhere. That's something
Interesting.
that I learned from him.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. We would love to bring up some people that have either metaverse experience or just the cross chain stuff. We're actually I reached out recently. I'm not sure if you know the name Patrick Amadon, but we're trying to get him back up on stage to talk specifically about his Disobedient collection, which was a one cohesive collection that launched across, I think, four different blockchains. It was like Bitcoin, Base, ETH, and might have just been those three. I honestly I can't remember, but honestly, we love talking about that, right? We
Mhm.
love to preach the multi-chain stuff, and just be able to share those experiences. So yeah, if there's anybody in this room that would want to come up for an interview, hop in the PPN Discord and just say in the lounge, hey, I was in there with Mew Mew. Shoot me a DM. something like that. Make it a little bit funny, but yeah, no, we'd love to get you up there.
Yeah, and yeah, as far as like the spaces, you could always shoot me a link to the space and like let me know like, hey, would you want to come up to speak? And I'll be like, shit, yeah. I never pass up an opportunity. I was actually pretty sad a couple weeks ago because that was when my buddy Oreo passed away. My furry pet or ferret
Hmm.
passed away, and I was supposed to be on a Twitter space to speak, and I'm like, I was hysterical. Like I couldn't make it to that space, but yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of disappointed I missed out on that too.
Yeah, well, I mean that's understandable though. You know, those furry feline or just furry animals can become part of the family. So I don't know, man. There's always more opportunities, right?
Oh, looks like Yolantis is asking about your Twitter, so let me allow me to connect.
Yeah.
Yolantis, this is Longshot's Twitter account. She's asking if you are Longshot Gabe.
Oh yeah, no. There's some dude on Twitter that has the longshot.eth handle, and yeah, I want to say probably about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I messaged the guy, and all the message said was how much question mark, and he never got back to me.
How much for your name, man?
Yeah.
I wonder if he was like some sort of like professional archery shooter or something. Trying to
You know,
preserve.
the name really comes from just about everything that comes with this space. I thought it was very, very fitting for just Web3 in general.
It's a long shot, not no pun intended.
Oh yeah, man. But hey, Mew, I do want to say, bro, I appreciate the invite tonight. As you know, you're always welcome to come up on our space and talk. But yeah, we'll definitely have to get something set up like officially to where we can do some promo for it and get some people up here to because I really would love to dig more into Decentraland and metaverse experiences and things. 'Cause I really I should have more experience for the time that I've dedicated to being in this space, but I truly don't. And it's something that very much interests me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, don't beat yourself up too much about it because I've being being a founder of something, it puts the load. If you don't have like that $500 million funding, you are definitely doing it all yourself. You're not delegating too much, so don't beat yourself up too much for it. And as things develop and all the building blocks of Pixel Palette Nation begin to kind of get create a form and become the base, and then you can start to build on top. So
Absolutely, absolutely right. What do they call it? The cornerstones, right? The foundation there.
exactly, exactly. And I feel like PPN has done a very good job at building up its foundation. You definitely have done a very good job with making the connections, and helping artists like meet other people so that they can find other opportunities as well.
You would appreciate that. I'm sure as you have felt many times that like lingering feeling of like, what am I doing? So it's real nice to have that reassurance. And truly, same for you, man. I've seen, most of the time I'm either at work or right about to go to bed because I wake up for work at 4:30 in the morning. But I've seen your spaces recently, and you're getting some big numbers over there, bro. It's fantastic to see, honestly. And the streaming, the I'm not sure if you're doing the Call of Duty streaming anymore, but I used to get down on that because I haven't played video games
Yeah,
forever.
I'm happy you actually mentioned that because like I wasn't sure if anyone was watching, so I stopped streaming them. I'm happy you kind of
Oh
mentioned that you
no,
did
bro.
kind of you
Oh,
would
I
pop in
watched.
and want to, yeah. As long as
Pew
one
pews
person
with
is
you,
watching,
Mew.
as long as one person is watching, that's all it takes for me to stream that.
Yeah, I say keep up the pew pews.
Keep up the pew pews. Well, thank you, long shot. And yeah, I mean, did we ever come back to like kind of what kind of metaverse party you or like event you would like to host?
Oh yeah, art gallery
Art
show,
gallery
right?
show,
Yeah,
feature like either like, ooh, here's a thought, like could be a gallery show featuring like that could happen at the end of this year, let's say near the New Year's, that will showcase all the spotlight artists with that were all the people that were spotlighted within PPN through the year. So far, you have
yeah, that would
about
be
6 months.
yeah. No, we're about to get the next July is about to go up here soon in the next week or so. But yeah, that would be absolutely incredible. I was really hoping for the crypto lore or something, but dude, I mean, whatever fits your guys' schedule.
I mean, I was just throwing ideas. Like, definitely, like this is,
Oh yeah,
there's definitely multiple things we could do here. Like,
yeah.
it will not just be one event. Like, there's definitely a lot to play around with. For the artist spotlight, the PPN artist spotlight, I see that you have like a sign up sheet. What are the requirements for anyone that would like to kind of like submit a form to become a spotlighted artist?
Real simple. We ask for wallet addresses, Tezos and Ethereum. We ask for an email address so we can contact you, as well as Twitter profiles and links to the pieces you would like spotlighted. And then we also ask for one paragraph of like a bio or introduction to you as an artist. So it's something that we can put up on the website. And then if selected, we will reach out and if there's anything else or if there's anything that was missed on the application process, we'll ask for it and then we'll get everything running. So the spotlights they get the dedicated spot on the website. They receive a thread post about their work from the PPN account, and an invite to the Spotlight Artist Collection on Tezos, which they are then able to mint into. I think the royalty split that we ask for there is 90% to the artist, 10% to the community. So it is
Oh,
very, very favorable.
yes, very wow. Okay, so if any artists out there would like to become a spotlight artist, they don't like, say it's a new artist, would they have to have like some type of involvement with PPN, like a week of involvement, or is there any like
I
time limits
mean,
like that?
obviously it helps, and like
Yeah.
significantly it will help if you come in and you engage with the community rather than just submitting an application and then just like fucking off. But we are open for anybody to submit that application.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, if anyone wants to be highlighted, get in the Discord, get active, engage with the PPN Twitter account, and yeah, submit an application to this. Yeah, I mean, definitely having a spot on the website where an artist could like, they could use that as part of their portfolio to show, whoever it may be, whether a customer, a future client, or partner. They could just say, "Hey, I've been featured in these multiple
Exactly.
different places." Yeah.
That's kind of the idea. And I am honestly I'm rather proud to say we have just recently, well, within the last 3 months or so, reached about 2,500 unique viewers to our website on a monthly basis. So we're making waves.
Congratulations. And also, you have been invited to Yolantis's exhibition on Sunday.
Oh, in here
Y-
in Decentraland?
no, in Denver. Yolanta
What?
this is the message. Oh, you are in Denver. You are invited to my exhibition on Sunday.
Really? Where is it? Wait, is this the I think Flamine, one of our teammates, actually sent us something. I can't remember the name of the gallery.
Yolantis, please send us some information or DM LongShot on X. Telling him about your exhibition, what time, where is it?
Yeah, that would be incredible. That would be awesome. Thank you, Yolantis.
Yeah,
And another Denver person, dude, it's crazy the amount of people that I've met that are in the Web3 space that live in Denver. There's so many.
I say that like it's very weird because it's like there's like even in like let's say Decentraland, there's like pockets of people. Like there's a big pocket of like Florida people that use Decentraland, as well as like a lot of people from Vancouver, as well as California, and yeah, there's just like and New York, of course. There's like a lot of people that from New York.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's truly it's a small world, you know.
Okay, Yolanta says Sunday, June 30th, 1 to 4 at Niza Roll Knoll. I don't know how to pronounce it.
These-
Niza and then Knoll.
I think that is the same gallery that Samin 4448 Digital Art was telling me about with one of her friends. It wouldn't shock me if that was the exact same person even.
Oh, and Yolantis also shared a post about it, which I'll send over. I'll DM to you right now.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, dude, this is awesome. You know, always making connections where we can, and I would love to go to the show. I truly would. I don't get out to enough galleries here in my hometown because it seems all I do is work. But yeah, Sundays really good.
When you do get out and you're like, I'm from Web3, what do the artists tell you?
You know, recently I've been trying to branch out as much as possible. I've been going around to everything from coffee shops to medical marijuana dispensaries
Nice.
to hotels, you know, pretty much any place that displays artwork. And I've been striking up conversations with some of the workers there. And, you know, my approach to it is really like, I'm not red pilling these people, right?
Hmm.
Because it's never worked. It's never worked for me in the past. What I do is I strike a conversation up about, you know, some piece of artwork or something that's in the store or whatever, um, and then honestly, I just have a decent conversation with that person, right? And I say absolutely nothing about Web3. But the next time that I go back to that establishment, that's where you know, if it's the same person that I run into, hopefully it is. That's where I'm like, hey, you know, I remember talking to you last week. Let me give you my card real quick. I'm
Hmm.
actually like the stepdad to like 700 international artists, you know, and they're like, oh my god.
Uh, that's awesome. And I mean, I I feel like those artists that kind of like truly understand what being a creator is, and like that, it's not like one of those like just me things. It's a we thing. Like it's a you got to build that family around you, that support group. Those individuals will know exactly what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, man, I truly believe in this space, you know. Well, honestly, just in life overall, all you really have is your word, right?
Yeah,
And being able to say you're going to do something and then actually making sure that you accomplish that thing is truly one of the most important things to me. And it's probably because of my checkered past as a person who was not like that when I was younger, right? And kind of experiencing how that life plays out for you and your close friends and family and relatives and things like that. So I've, you know, in the past 5 years, I'd say I really altered my perspective on the way and being in this space really kind of like hyper focuses that just because of the international platform aspect of it, right? There's so many different walks of life that have experienced so many things that you probably never will, but you get to kind of see it from like a third hand perspective, and it's really kind of helped me redefine the way that I interpret some of the things that happen and the way that I look at the world on a day to day basis. And I'm truly grateful for it. Honestly, the reason, you know, it's just like there's not a lot of money floating around the space right here or right now, but the reason I keep coming back is for the people, right? Because
exactly.
it's such like, yeah, dude, it's so unique and interesting to be here on a daily basis. You're gonna more than likely run into something that you probably never would have unless you were here. So yeah, just very very blessed to be operating in the place that we are.
It really is a blessing. I love everyone around, or like around, like our. Sorry, I'm gonna rephrase that. I love like everyone that's around us, like our group of people. Um, I, I mean, a lot of the people I see even on this list, like they withstood the test of time, like and like it's like if you've been around them, you know that they're here to create. They're here for the people. They're here for to to create opportunities. And yeah, like they're the good eggs that deserve these opportunities. So I mean, let's keep it going. And maybe I have one last question. This is kind of like a up in the air question, and of course I can say that I sent this DM as a long shot.
Love.
Okay, so I was like scrolling through Twitter and I came across this account, and like apparently they've been making content for a while, and I've been kind of watching it for a while, but I had never like clicked on the account to check out who it was. Not until I found his music somewhere else did I click on that account, and it is like a Instagram page of a rapper that has like 60,000 followers on Instagram, and like is very active and gets views and stuff like that. And so I've noticed that I messaged this person about Beyond the NFT, and kind of pitched the idea of potentially one day him being one of our guests here. Now, this person is like completely Web 3 at all. Like this is just flat out Web 2 individual. I'm
Mhm.
sitting here thinking like what would be the best way or best method to kind of like even open up that conversation of like, hey, you are an independent artist, unsigned independent artist, like what are your thoughts on like all this NFT technology, and like what like yeah, what do you think?
Honestly, because I've had similar experiences, right, where I'm trying to like reach out to somebody who has an established name in the Web 2 space. What I've done normally in the past is presented examples of successful artists. Like in this particular instance, I would probably go to like Violetta's page
Okay.
on Twitter. The founder of Moonshot,
Yes.
the musical NFTs, and just kind of show them, that there are independent artists that are here and operating in this space on a pretty successful platform, and doing
Exactly.
it through their own publications and like own, the representation. Otherwise, like personally,
Hmm.
I absolutely love talking to people who are new, and
Same.
it's because right, because they're not ingrained in the same things that everybody who's been here for a few years like already kind of think. That's just like the conditioning, right? But like the newer people, the people who are coming in fresh, they're gonna ask those questions that really make you think and like reinterpret the way. So personally, dude, I think it's a fantastic idea. You should definitely, and when you do get him up, please shoot me an invite.
I will. I will. I think even with his music, he does dabble with art. I believe. I'll have to recheck his bio. But like, yes, just super dope, dude. He does like all this like voiceover content with like anime with different animes. Uh, and he'll post them onto Instagram, and that's how I found him initially. And not until like I listened to him like somewhere else, I was like, holy crap, this guy's dope. You never
Yeah,
know.
that tends to be like how that happens, right?
Yeah, it just it's crazy to me. You never know. You never know. Like once until you like dig deeper into a profile. Let's say it's like this person makes funny content, but he's actually also a musician.
Yeah, no, exactly. Everybody's got, multiple hats.
Yep, yep. All right, well, alrighty, long shot. What do you think about cutting off the show at right now at 10 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, man, that's fine with me. I have work bright and early in the morning, but once again, I just want to say thank you, for the invite today. It's awesome when people reach out and are interested in the things that you're doing. We interview people on a weekly basis, so this is rather cool for me. So I appreciate you, Sinful. And like I said, man, anytime you want to come, we'll definitely have to get something actually scheduled out. But yeah, the invitation is always open.
Yeah,
And thank you everybody who popped in here tonight. Appreciate the time. And if anybody wants to reach out about anything, my DMs are usually pretty open, but I'm much more accessible in the PPN Discord.
and you heard it here first. I can't hear. Oh, oh. Oh no, we're good. We're good. I thought Fermion was mentioning that she couldn't hear and if we were muted, but doesn't look like it. We're good.
Okay.
I was like, oh my god, how long have we been
Yeah,
running the
like
show
the
muted?
whole time.
No. uh, but yeah, you heard it here first, everyone. Join the Pixel Palette Nation Discord, and yeah, get active in there. Longshot and the crew, they're really good people. Definitely could, are definitely like, there's definitely a lot of talent in there that, you know, you could one day collaborate with. Or, you know, if you live in Denver, even invite Longshot over to an exhibition.
Absolutely, man.
So, just before we close out, what is the best way to reach you, Longshot? If anyone wants to
Yeah,
like say hi or collaborate or anything like that.
definitely the Discord. Definitely just pop in the PPN Discord, get a verification role, so you're a pixel in there, and just pop in the lounge, tag at founder, and I'll pop in within at least like 12 hours minimum, depending on what time of day it is.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And let's see. What when are the spaces? I know you mentioned you host two spaces a week with through PPN. What time and
Yeah,
dates?
yeah. Tuesday, every Tuesday, except for this Tuesday. We're taking this Tuesday off because I've got some nonprofit paperwork to fill out. But Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Saturdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. We
Saturday.
might, throw like a random pop in, but those are usually the two go tos. I need to update that graphic because we took away the the Web3.
Yeah, and so then as well, like everyone, keep an eye out for crypto lore. If you want to get involved, head over to pixelpaletnation.com/events and click on get involved, and you'll have some details to look over and requirements. Oh,
Absolutely. And if anybody does want to get in that open call, please read the five requirements at the bottom because we're asking you to use the story of RoboCoin, the first Bitcoin ATM to ever exceed $1 million in transactions, as the inspiration for your piece. So if you don't submit a piece related to Bitcoin ATMs, more than likely you're not going to get selected.
hmm So and thank you. And so far you have 23 artworks submitted, so that's looking pretty cool. Are these? Oh yeah, these are kind of. Yep, yep.
Yeah, so
Bitcoin
on Hug,
ATMs.
yep. So on Hug, you're actually able to either make them private or public. We decided to make them public so people could hopefully see the ongoing theme and be like, "Oh, wait, maybe I should read this description a little bit."
This one right here, I like clicked on it earlier and my mouth just dropped.
I think that's Cakes G Cakes or Cakes G6, I think is the name. Yeah.
hmm
Um fantastic AI artist. Absolutely love their stuff, to tell you the truth. And if I'm not mistaken, that's one of Claire's favorite pieces as well from the current. It's our community manager.
A shout out to Claire. Yeah, I see you down there in the audience, Claire. You know, Claire, I've secretly have always wanted to have you on this show. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
You definitely should get Claire up here for sure.
I do. Maybe Claire will reach out. Alrighty, and yeah, that's about it for announcements, at least through Pixel Palette Nation. Yep, you have the dates here: Tuesday, Wednesdays, Saturdays. Well, not you were saying maybe
Yeah,
Wednesdays, right?
everything except for the Wednesday. Everything except for the Wednesday on there.
Everything except for the Wednesday, and yeah.
Thank you for showing me that, by the way, because now I know I need to go update
uh, well, that's what I'm here for. Th-
that.
So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today for tonight's episode of Beyond the NFT. This has been an awesome conversation with our friend Longshot. It's for me, it's always fun to have these conversations with past guests as well. You know, they're also friends as well. Um, Definitely always good to catch up with their projects. And yeah, so we will be back here next week for another episode of Beyond the NFT. Keep an eye out on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Odd Job and I will be hosting a Farhouse space, a Decentraland Farhouse space. So if you would like to tune in and kind of help support and help build the crowd, please DM us and we'll get you details on how to get into Farhouse as well as how to get into Workcast. I believe Oddjob still is sponsoring individuals that DM him for Warpcast. If you DM him about asking about Warpcast, he will send you a code that will allow you to use Warpcast for 1 year. That is his gift to the community. Thank you, Oddjob. And Saturday, we will be hosting our weekly community building Decentraland space at noon Eastern. So, yeah, make sure to tune in, everyone. Love you all, and we'll be back here next week.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. And also, yeah, stand by. I'm going to raid some streamers, and we'll probably get some TV running on Decentraland just to wind down for the evening. Thank you.